Story. The rain poured steadily outside the small window of the cramped apartment, tracing rivers down the dusty glass. Anna sat at the old kitchen table, her elbows resting beside a worn notebook and a cracked smartphone propped up with a sugar jar. She stared at the screen, heart pounding, finger hovering over the play button. The video title read, Listening English Practice for Beginners Level 1. Her hand trembled slightly as she tapped it. This was her first real step. 3 months ago, Anna had arrived in London from El Salvador with nothing but a suitcase, her mother's rosary, and a dream she could barely voice out loud, to build a new life. She had been a nurse back home, respected and confident, but here, without English, she felt invisible. People spoke quickly in the shops, on the buses, and at the hospital where she now cleaned night shifts. Everything blurred into sounds she couldn't understand. Each night, Anna returned home sore and silent. But tonight, something had changed. At work, an elderly patient had smiled at her and said softly, "Thank you." It wasn't the first time someone had spoken to her, but for the first time, Anna had wanted to answer. Not just with a nod, not with silence, but with real words. So here she was, listening to a calm voice from the video say, "Hello. How are you today?" She repeated, quietly, "Hello, how are you today?" And again, "Hello, how are you today?" Tears prickled in her eyes, not from sadness, but from the unfamiliar surge of hope. Over the next weeks, Anna made a promise to herself. Every morning, after her night shift and before sleep, she would watch one English practice video. Just 15 minutes. She started with greetings, moved to numbers, then days of the week. She listened in the shower, while cooking rice, while folding clothes. She carried those phrases like seeds, planting them in her mind. It wasn't easy. Sometimes she'd fall asleep during the videos, her head drooping on the table. Sometimes she'd pronounce a word 10 times and still get it wrong. One morning, exhausted and overwhelmed, she almost gave up. "I'm too old," she whispered to herself. "Too slow." But then she remembered her mother's voice. "Las montañas se suben paso a paso." You climb mountains step by step. So Anna kept going, and slowly, things began to shift. She started greeting the cashier at the corner shop. "Good morning," she'd say, smiling nervously. The cashier, a kind Somali woman named Hani, smiled back every time. "Good morning, Anna." At work, Anna began understanding simple instructions. She responded when asked to clean room 5, or to bring towels, please. One evening, the nurse on duty asked her, "Can you stay a bit longer tonight?" Anna nodded, and then, she surprised herself. "Yes, I can stay." She couldn't believe it. She had spoken in English, and she had been understood. Encouraged, Anna began writing down sentences she heard on the videos and trying them out. She practiced at the bus stop, on the street, whispering to herself with determination. She watched children speaking easily and told herself, "If they can do it, so can I." A breakthrough came one cold morning in November. The hospital was short-staffed, and the head nurse needed help with a patient who spoke only Spanish. Anna translated, clumsily but clearly, and suddenly found herself invited into a real conversation with the nurse. Later, the nurse pulled her aside. "You've been learning English, haven't you?" Anna blushed. "Yes, every day." "You're doing great," the nurse said warmly. "We might be able to train you as a nursing assistant, if you want." The words felt like sunshine in her chest. "Yes," Anna said, her voice steady now. "I want." From that day, Anna walked a little taller. Her English was still slow, still imperfect. But it was hers. She had built it, brick by brick, word by word. And on a quiet Sunday afternoon, Anna filmed herself for the first time. She looked into the camera and said, "Hello. My name is Anna. I speak English now. Not perfect, but I speak. If you are learning like me, don't stop. Every word is a step. Speak every day. Listen every day. You can do it too." She posted the video with trembling fingers. That night, she checked her phone, and found dozens of comments from learners all over the world. People saying, "Thank you," and "You inspire me," and "I'm learning too." Anna smiled, tears in her eyes again. But this time, she didn't cry alone. She had found her voice, and now, she was helping others find theirs. Message: your English journey may begin in silence, but with each word you learn, you build a bridge, to people, to dreams, to yourself. Speak. Listen. Don't stop. You're not alone.